Welcome back. Before we return to the Gymkhana action, let's hear from one of the most recognizable and talented drivers of KZN.
Good day, viewers. My name is Reece Williamson. I am currently in the motor industry, owner of Keats Panel Shop and Ultra Autotech. I've been in the motor industry for the past 20 years. Originated from a friend of mine, Mark Lambert, was actually the only guy to be racing at the BMW car club at that time. We were all astonished with what the guy could do with the stats and compared to racing against the likes of BMWs. I then sat down with Mark one day and I said to him, you know what, how do you actually do the sport? How do you get into the sport? Mark said to me, look, it's quite simple. You need a car with a steering wheel and with 4 wheels. I then acquired myself a Datsun SSS. Might I add, it was in a pretty bad shape. For 1,000 Rand, you can't get nothing much. However, it was my pride and joy. I then evolved on to another Datsun SSS, which is called a P510. That car is something that is in my heart, it's in my family. I will never ever get rid of it. I'm passing it down to my sons. After that, I evolved on to buying an E36 BMW. My E36 was the first one to be built with an RB25 engine in it. The sound of the engine and the way the engine performed and the way the car performed was outstanding. Gymkhana is where I originated from. Gymkhana is the principle where you drive an obstacle course in the fastest time possible. Our style of driving was always the naughty style of driving. All we did was we went to entertain the crowd. The BMW club events were fantastic. However, the stringent rules that were in place made the driver make sure that he obeys the rules of the track. Yes, I did, and yes, I didn't. Meaning, foot flat. All we did was we went to entertain the crowd. For me, I'm an entertainer. Yes, I can be a very competitive driver. If you challenge me, oh, then the challenge can come on, guys, you know. What here? I was one of the first guys then again to fiddle around with a Lexus V8. First Lexus V8 with individual throttle bodies, might I add. I went to a friend of mine, Dieter, who's an engineer. I said to him, I've got this crazy idea of putting these individual throttles on a V8. He said to me, yeah, why not? Let's give it a go. So off we took the manifolds, we started cutting and welding and you name it, fabricating and machining. It was a mission. However, that is now one of my favorite cars. And I always loved an E46 M3. So I found the current car that's behind me. Might I add, came in a state of affairs. We had to do major work on it. The downfall of the E46 platform is that the rear subframe on this car bolts onto a mono chassis. What happens to that is that the floor is weak, so it tears. We had to cut out the whole rear subframe part of this vehicle, then reinforce the entire chassis leg and build a new floor to actually bolt the subframe on. The next obstacle was the engine. Now, let me tell you something. When you're in this industry, one thing you need is reliability. Power is one thing that's very important, but if the engine is not reliable, you are going to run away from the sport very quickly, because you're going to go to an event, break it, fix it again, and repeat. Doing comparisons of engine, and I came across this interesting article where they were combining 3 different engines: an RB26, a 2JZ, and a Ford Barra. And you know what? I was astonished. The power that this Ford Barra makes in stock form was unbelievable. So I sourced a turbo engine. Sourced a turbo Barra engine with the gearbox. You know what? I can tell you now that when that landed here, it was like, shoo, this is the thing. It's like you're looking at something that you like, a small kid playing with toys.
Handbrake, yes!
Got the engine in, got the engine management system on, sent it down for dyno tuning. We're running the car on a 50-50 mix, which is ethanol and fuel. We've got 1,000cc injectors inside. We've upgraded the turbo. We put in a bigger turbo. We've put in turbo smart wastegate. We've put in bigger dump valves and etc., etc. The first experience was like tremendous. Got into the car, started spinning the car. It's still in its teething phases, might I add. We are still busy swapping around things, changing things here and there. Okay, so we're on to for Reece Williamson in the future. I want to actually compete internationally, competing against the likes of the guys from Gymkhana Grid. To all my staff at Auto Tech, I really thank you guys for doing what you guys do. Eagle Wheels, Rashid, you're the man. You've always been by my side. If I do not mention your name, trust me, I thank you with the bottom of my heart for assisting me.